Just doing this because, you know, I wanted to put this Slim Shady thing, the Guess Who's Back thing, here, but it turns out if I did that, then my channel would be struck for copyright. So I just have to do the dance, and you have to imagine the music. I mean, you could also just, you know, open another tab, and then do the music there, and then I'm doing the knees thing right now. It's probably, you can't see it, I can go very low. Yeah, or you could just awkwardly look at me, dance to the sound of nothing. I am back, motherfuckers! Have you missed me? I know you have. I have not missed you at all. Well, that's not true. I have missed you. I have missed the community. But what I have been doing over these past few weeks, not only visiting my grandparents, one of whom has fairly severe Alzheimer's, though he is doing quite well considering the lack of stimulation that he has in his life. I have been doing a social media detox. My grandparents, they don't have internet. My grandmother got a smartphone recently that I've been trying to teach her how to use. It's very, very interesting what things old people can do wrong when they have a phone. And because they have no internet, and the mobile internet is also shit because they live in the middle of nowhere, me and my girlfriend had the opportunity to just not use the internet for a while. And it was pretty great. Sure, you're not allowed to use social media might sound like something that your parents tell you as punishment, but it's actually very good when you do it voluntarily. Don't get me wrong, I love the internet and social media. I can't get enough of it. I use it every day. But from time to time, even if it is only to appreciate how great it is, I recommend highly that you try not using it. Because as accustomed to social media as we are and the internet, it is a constant bombardment of information that is permanently clogging up the pipes in our mind. But taking a break from this constant, massive influx of information that is permanent and all the time there, just you can't think straight, gives your mind a lot of time to just sort of clean up, fold things into neat boxes, work through issues that you have been pushing back, holding back, generating new ideas, reconfiguring the brain as it is for a little bit. It's like spring cleaning for your brain, really. And it's amazing to get a lot of negativity out of your system. I haven't been watching the news at all. I haven't been engaging with assholes on Twitter, which is something that I try to avoid anyway, but just seeing people being negative shits on the internet all the time, because people are being negative shits on the internet all the time. I am a negative shit on the internet all the time. It's really calming for the soul. I think at least for 2 weeks out of the year, you know, I take the right for myself to not worry about all of the world's problems and all of the people's personal problems and all of the things that are always happening and that I personally have to fix, or at least that is how I feel most of the time. Just being out of the loop for a while, nobody wants anything from you, you don't have to keep track of new content that's coming out because YouTube isn't sending you any notifications. It's amazing, you just don't do anything. I mean, you know, most of the time that I had, because I read a bunch of books in those 3 weeks, most of the time that I had for that was because I wasn't working. Usually I just work all day and I don't really get to enjoy my pastime activities. So that also obviously helped as the standard vacation thing. And I don't think I would have been one of those people who's on social media on vacation all day, because I don't like being on social media all the time. I do feel like it gets boring. And on the days that I regularly do take off for my own sanity, I usually end up working anyway. But after this nice social media detox, I feel rested, I feel calm, patient, attentive. I feel like I can conquer the world. I have a lot of plans for shit to do. I have a huge list of items to tick off. It doesn't intimidate me anymore. It's like, yeah, I have the reserves to deal with all this shit. And that is an amazing feeling. But now this is the part of the video where I want you to sort of fill me in. What did I miss? What happened in the world? All I know is the weather where I was in this specific area. That is all I know. I saw a few headlines in newspapers. There was some Elon Musk shit. I have no idea what's going on. What are the memes that I missed? I mean, there must have been at least 100 different memes that happened over the past 3 weeks. I've been seeing memes on Twitter, right? no longer understand memes. I am so completely out of the loop. This is how fast the memeverse moves. Is if you just go off for 3 weeks, you come back and you think that you've landed 200 years into the future because you don't get any of the references anymore. So you guys be my guides in sort of bringing me back into the internet and teaching me the ways of how it works these days. Put everything you want to tell me down in the comments. I will actually be very attentively reading comments today. I will still take this weekend off. This is just sort of an intermission. I am back video. Next video will be back with your regularly scheduled entertainment and a delayed fast food Thursday because, you know, yesterday we arrived, you know, we were not asleep during the night because we were at the airport in Spain, and then we took the flight very early in the morning, and then, you know, I basically just cleaned up the place all day because that's what you do when you come back from a vacation. I was really fucked up yesterday evening. I couldn't have done a fast food Thursday at all. We are entering a very, very hot phase because my funding has run out. I was getting student funding until now. I have now stopped getting student funding. Because of this, I have amassed quite a, you know, a sort of cushion, a financial cushion to sort of help me over the coming months as I work hard at making YouTube profitable as a venture, and also my other side ventures that I also do on certain cam sites. So the number one most important thing is we will launch the merch store this month. There are 2 designs that we will start out with. There are other designs sort of in the works that'll come, you know, I think 2 more will be added by the end of the year. This is some great shit. The VIPs have already seen some stuff, and I really do not like e-begging, but please do, if you have like $1 to spare at the end of each month, do send it my way so I can get to sort of living at the minimum living standard that is required to survive in the Western world. I've been making some financial cutbacks. I've given up temporarily probably my favorite hobby, which is making liqueur. This is my final piece before I, you know, at my current retirement. This is a blueberry and vanilla, which should be done in like a couple days. I might get into home brewing a bit more because it's a lot less expensive and I have some ideas. But let's not talk about that. So if you do also want to get into the good perks, do consider donating $1 or $5 or, you know, whatever you want to give. It doesn't have to be a lot. And if you don't have anything to give or you don't want to give anything, that is completely fine. You have no obligation to me in that regard. Just keep on watching my videos. Thank you very much for watching. I really look forward to the coming months and really the coming year until I go on my next vacation to see my grandparents. Hopefully to still see a still alive grandfather of mine at that point, though, you know, I have my doubts about that. In that spirit, have a fantastic day and see you around, cunts.